course of his career, has been a very good home pitcher. 2-0 so far this year in 4 starts at PNC Park. And Steve, not only is he throwing the fastball, but he's mixing in his curveball a lot.
Yeah, 2 very, very effective pitches. AJ has been A+. And keep this in mind, too. Last start, AJ Burnett really didn't have his good stuff at all, but managed to find a way to get through 5 1/3 innings to pick up the win against the Cubs. He's been very, very good. And you take a look at his starts so far this year, 7 previous starts, just 1 bad one. That big one where he gave up 12 runs, there's a reason for that. Everything else, 2 earned runs or less. AJ, A+.
AJ Burnett will be facing a tough customer, and Johnny Cueto, who's already beaten the Bucks once this year. 11 hits against Colorado in his last outing. That's a career high in a single game for Cueto.
Yeah, you wonder what's going on with him. Not only that last start, Tim, but his last 3 starts, a total of 16 innings, 12 earned runs. That's very Johnny Cueto unlike. Go back to his start against the Pirates early in May. He was very, very efficient, complete game. And keep in mind, good stuff, but also very deceptive. When he turns his body completely around, it's hard to pick him up when he delivers the baseball. He'll be a challenge for the Pirates tonight.
It's Johnny Cueto taking on AJ Burnett in the rubber game of this 3-game series. Dusty Baker's Reds first place in the Central Division, looking for a series win. Meantime, Clint Hurdle looking to spoil it for him and gain some ground on the division leaders. In the lineup, batting second, Jordy Mercer. For the first time, he makes a major league start. And the youngster from Edmond, Oklahoma, getting to live out his dream, being a big league ball player. He'll start at short tonight for the Pirates. It's game 3 of a 3-game series. The Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. Buccos looking for a series win here in the rubber game. AJ Burnett, his job be the stopper. And Burnett trying to win his third straight decision. They'll face this lineup put out by Dusty Baker and the Cincinnati Reds. Zach Cozart leading off at shortstop, Stubbs in center field, Bruce batting third, Phillips cleanup, Heisey in left, Frazier at third, Mike Costanzo plays at first base tonight. No Joey Votto in the starting lineup. Ryan Hannigan behind the plate. And the pitcher, Johnny Cueto, bats ninth against Burnett.
A.J. Burnett. His numbers brought to you by Western Pennsylvania Chevy dealers. We've talked about him a good bit leading up to the first pitch. As you take a look at the numbers, keep in mind he doesn't have to deal with Joey Votto tonight. And that's a plus, whether you feel like you're up to the challenge or not. It's okay to have him have a night off when you're the starting pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He is that good.
And what's Jordy Mercer going through right now as a player?
Well, he's happy to be on the field because he's probably been thinking about this all day. So now we're going to get a chance to get out there and just concentrate on what you're supposed to be doing. And I want to see that first ground ball hit to him, a good strong throw to first base, get on the other side of that, get on the other side of his first hit, first RBI, first Pirate win, all those first. Just laying out in front of Jordy Mercer. Great night for him.
Ball game underway. Burnett deals a strike to Cozart. Nice night here at PNC Park. 80 degrees, sunshine. No threat of foul weather like we had last night, causing just about 2 hours in delays before the game finally got underway. Strike two to Cozart.
Yeah, no humidity either. All of a sudden it's feeling like one of those September days. We don't want to get there yet. We got a lot of baseball in front of us.
A little bit of a sun field still in left and in center for Tabata and McCutcheon.
Is that breaking ball you're talking about? He's got a good one, and you combine that with still good quality fastball at his tender age, mid-30s. He's been around 124 major league wins for A.J. Burnett. He's been just fine.
Two fouls it off. 1,830 career strikeouts. He's one of 9 active pitchers in baseball to have better than 1,800 Ks. Again, the sun a factor early here.
Yep, that half moon that right now enclosing the left fielder, center fielder. That'll be gone by the second inning, but it'll latch onto that ball visually right off the bat if you can.
This one hit right into that sun field. Chasing it is Tabata toward the notch, and that ball is going to bounce over the wall for a double. Well, AJ had Cozart on the ropes, 1 and 2, and a double to the deepest part of the ballpark. Puts a man in scoring position with nobody out.
Now shortstops aren't supposed to hit the ball this far, but that is up in that power zone, that go zone. You could just see A.J. Burnett turning his head knowing he was in trouble. See it there, the side look. When he saw the swing that Cozart put on that ball, he knew it was a problem. A.J.'s been around long enough to know not only the sound of that kind of contact, but upstairs he knew he got a lot of it.
Here is Drew Stubbs, the center fielder. Stubbs bunts toward Alvarez, and everybody's safe as Pedro can't pick the ball up. And a very poor start here.
Not what we had in mind.
Error for Alvarez.
Never did get the handle on it. And here we are, almost in a similar situation that we saw when A.J. Burnett made his first start when he loaded the bases with nobody out and put up a 0. So he'll be challenged the same way. And it's not going to be very easy. They talk about Votto not being in the lineup. This guy, to me, is just as dangerous. Very good hitter.
Jay Bruce, 11 home runs, 32 runs batted in to go along with his .266 batting average. Right now is when Burnett needs the strikeout.
Yep, and right now, this is the first inning. You almost got to assume that guy's going to score from third. I mean, it's not automatic, but I think your attention is primarily with that man at first and the man at the plate. That guy at third is almost a foregone run for the Reds. You may stop it. That would be a miracle, but let's go on from there.
Stubbs may run also. There he goes. And the pitch misses for a ball, 2-0. No throw. Stolen base number 10 for Drew Stubbs. Now 2 men in scoring position for Jay Bruce, and this is when he gets very dangerous. 280 hitter. Beg your pardon. Only 170 with runners in scoring position. 250 with men on.
lots and lots of power.
Burnett's 2-0. That's ripped into the glove of Hay. What a play. What a play by Matt Hay.
You better check his hand right now, because there might be a confusion, or whatever they call it, contusion, I guess. But no confusion on that reaction. And that ball was tattooed. You can't hit a ball much harder than that. Hear the sound of that, Matt?
Matt was trying to hide the grimace of the pain. He must have got that just below the pocket.
Yeah.
Good part of his hand. So one down. And here's Brandon Phillips, the cleanup hitter.
He does not strike out a lot. But, we've seen A.J. Burnett work out of these situations. There's step one. Who knows? Maybe there is a miracle here in the top of the first.
1-0 to Brandon Phillips.
Now, Phillips is dangerous to the point where you've got that open base. You don't want to put a lot of base runners on early in the ball game. You don't want to do it anytime, but especially early part. But he can take a chance if he gets into the count where he's got a two-strike situation. He can fool around a little bit, but he's got to get to that point. If he loses them, I don't know how much damage that is.
2-0. Phillips not going anywhere for a while. On the 10th of April, he signed a 6-year contract extension that'll take him through 2017. So they seem to like him a lot in Cincinnati, and he's in a position where he can buy and not rent.
Now, if you lose him, you set up a double play, so you got that going for you if you are thinking in that direction, and you might be thinking in that direction now. 3-0. Joey Votto, so far he has the night off, but Dusty Baker probably feeling pretty good that he's got Votto in his back pocket to use him in a critical situation.
He's the only left-handed hitter off the bench as an option down the stretch. 3-0 to Phillips. And this one hitting the gap in left center. There's Tabata with the catch. Tagging and coming home is Cozart. And it's 1-0 Cincinnati.
And Dusty Baker turning him loose. He wants that bat viable. And he hit the ball well, but right to Tabata. Tabata does a good job in that sun field. And the Pirates are, I think they're satisfied to make that trade. You've taken a little bit of the sting out of things at this point, if you can get this out. And I think you'll come back into the dugout happy if you give up a one-run deficit because of the way this thing started.
Drew Stubbs, the runner at second base. 2 outs, and here's Heisey. He takes off at third, no throw. Strike is called on Heisey, but an uncontested stolen base. And now Stubbs with 2 in the game, 11 on the season.
No contest.
2 outs, and Pedro playing off the bag. He was going to take it.
You could almost call defensive indifference on that one. You see that late in ball games.
Not the first inning, though. But you're right. Well, twice he has stolen a base without a throw. He's got that kind of speed. 1-1 is the count to Heisey. Pitch from Burnett. Strike 2.
Now, if he steals home, now you got an issue.
You need one throw there. That's from Burnett. I think the last guy to steal home was Bryce Harper of the Washington Nationals. Did it against Philadelphia. And they 1-2. Struck him out. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. Cincinnati won, and the Pirates coming to bat. to the bat rack and come to the plate here in the bottom of the first inning, trailing the Reds by a 1-0 score. And the lineup put out by Clint Hurdle, brought to you by Toyota. Talbot leading off, and Jordy Mercer, McCutchen, Alvarez, Walker Jones, Matt Haig, and Ron Baraja sitting in the 8th spot for his last 4 games. A couple of RBIs. He's walked 3 times and is hitting .417. He's going to swing straightened out here in the month of May. A.J. Burnett looking for his first hit of the season. He bats 9th against right-hander Johnny Cueto of Cincinnati.
5-2. Cueto's record overall started the year 4-0, but as we were talking in the open, struggled last time out, struggled his last 3 starts, but very difficult to pick up. He turns his body a la Louis Tiant, so that helps him be a little deceptive. He's not the biggest guy in the world, 5'10", but stocky, 215, and he has done good work against the Bucks.
Talbot takes strike 1.
11-3 Cueto lifetime against the Pittsburgh Pirates, including that complete game win earlier this month when the Reds were here previously.
He has 5 complete games. 2 of them are against the Pirates. And you mentioned the 11-3 record. He has had 16 starts prior to tonight against the Bucks. 11 wins and 16 starts. That's the best success he's had against any opponent. So Jose Talbot trying to get the Pirates off on the right foot here tonight in the bottom of the first. 2 homers, 6 runs batted in. Jose has hit safely in 3 of his last 4 after going 1 for 16 in his previous 5 games. And Jordy Mercer on deck, getting ready for his first at bat as a starter in the big leagues. This one to right field, and didn't catch it well enough. Jay Bruce is there for out number 1. Yeah, it's a long way from Oklahoma.
Batting second, shortstop, number 69, Jordy Mercer.
Nice hand for Mercer. He's been playing second base, third base, mostly shortstop in AAA. Had an 8-game hitting streak at the time of his call-up. Sitting over 300, takes a strike. Got his first major league plate appearance last night against Homer Bailey and grounded out as a pinch hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike. Interesting thing people might not know about Jordy Mercer was when he was at Oklahoma State. By the time he left there, he was the school's all-time saves leader. Also a pitcher. And there it is. First big league hit for Jordy Mercer. Hit him that baseball.
Right out of Central Casting.
Jeff Bannister giving it off to the authenticator. And Jordy Mercer with his first big league hit. Now Andrew McCutchen lifts this one high to right field. On the track is Bruce. He leaps and makes the grab. Throw back to first base, and Mercer beats the throw. What a play by Jay Bruce. This guy has had some kind of series defensively. He's caught everything hit out there to him. McCutchen challenging the Clemente wall, and Jay Bruce comes up with a big catch for Cincinnati. Mercer at first, 2 men out. Pedro Alvarez at the plate. Pedro takes a strike.
I was doing some book work. Did we mention that McCutchen has already taken Cueto deep 3 times?
He's the only guy in the Pirates lineup who's taken him deep. You're right, 3 times.
Almost 4.
Pedro the other way, out of play.
And Cueto has given up 5 home runs, not an alarming number in his first 10 starts. non-drafted free agent out of the Dominican Republic back in 2004. San Pedro de Macorís, one of the towns that has one of their good baseball teams. There's 4 or 5 teams that play a very high grade of baseball in the wintertime.
Alvarez down on strikes. Jordy Mercer, his first big league hit. He's left on base.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Chevrolet and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. By your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward. And by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Those were some scenes from last night's weather delay. That some of them were pretty hairy, but we got through it last night. Reds would win the ball game by an 8-1 score. Todd Frazier, third baseman, takes a curveball. It's 0-2. Frazier, along with Ryan Ludwig, out to eat Monday. I know Greg and Bob talked about it yesterday. Ended up giving the Heimlich maneuver to a man in a Pittsburgh restaurant. Saved his life.
That's a big save.
0-2 pitch. Got him. 3 pitches. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And strikeout number 2 for A.J. Burnett. Rivers Casino tips to win.
Yeah, keep Burnett hot at PNC. Jordy, make him happy in Mercer. You already have. Trying to put something together with our folks up north in Mercer. Jordy's certainly happy with his first at bat. Andrew McCutchen, we just talked about his 3 home runs versus Cueto.
McCutchen almost got it off the wall. Mercer now looking to get an infield assist. He might have had one. Still might have one. He's got one. That's your basic 1-6-3 put out.
Well, that's what you got to do. You got to be alert. You never know when you're going to have a second chance to make a play.
That's not how you draw it up, but got it done.
You're going to toss that ball. There's another first. 1. You do a pirouette, a 360 to make your first assist in the books. Okay, off the foot. Jordy's going up the middle, but he's got to get the ball, turn back around, throw it to first. He's at a busy beginning of this ball game.
So he throws out Mike Costanzo. Barely had time for anybody to see him before he swung the bat. That's one he'll remember.
We'll remember both of those, the hit and the bizarre play that he got involved with for the first time at the major league level.
Catcher Ryan Hannigan takes high for a ball. 2 down, nobody on. Top of the second, a 1-0 Cincinnati lead. 2-0. Game final in the National League today. The Cubs beat
again
San Diego. They've completed a sweep. Darwin Barney had a walk-off home run. The Cubs would win 8-6. That's 3 in a row now for Chicago after losing 12 straight.
Got rid of them just in time, didn't we?
Yeah. 2-0 pitch. Now, AJ falling behind, 3 balls and no strikes to the catcher Hannigan. Burnett looking to win 3 in a row for the first time since he started last season, 3-0 with the Yankees. Strike called to Hannigan. Final game of this homestand. Pirates off tomorrow. It's a travel day, traveling to Milwaukee. Open up a 3-game set with the Brewers. Haven't played the Brewers yet this year.
They're going to be coming all the way back home from Los Angeles.
They've taken 2 of the first 3 against the Dodgers. Dodgers going to be upset when that game gets underway a little later tonight on the West Coast. Brewers start the night 7 games in back of the division leading Reds. 3-2 pitch. Got a ground ball to Neil Walker. And a 1-2-3 top half of the second inning. AJ goes through an inning and a half. 1-0 Cincinnati. Reds with a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the second inning. PNC achievement tonight for the achiever in you, Neil Walker. Some good numbers at PNC Park against the Reds. 353, 6 doubles, a homer, 11 runs knocked in. He has hit safely in 15 of 20 games against Cincinnati right here in his home ballpark. Neil Walker, the subject of our PNC achievement tonight.
And by the way, had a nice opportunity to work with Neil Walker and Rocky Blyer. We did a PSA concerning the need and the issues of bringing missing children home.
That was earlier today.
Early today, we filmed that, and folks will be having a chance to look at that. Very worthwhile project, very worthwhile cause. Bringing home missing children. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Rocky.
Here's the 0-1 pitch from Cueto. 0-2. Did you wear your new belt today?
I did. I got my
Steve's got a great ensemble today. Is that a new tie, by the way?
No. This is it's my 2012 tie.
Is it?
Yep.
What does that signify? Your 2012 tie?
You don't need more than one tie in 2012, do you?
Walker down on strikes. He went around, and Adrian Johnson, the home plate umpire, brings up out number 1. That is.
In turn like that, it makes it very tough to pick up. You're waiting to have him come around to face you at home plate in his delivery. It can be the curveball, it can be the fastball, it can be a changeup. It's a little different wrinkle.
Johnny Cueto facing Garrett Jones. Jones a .220 hitter. Fouls it off. Well, the news today regarding a Reds pitcher, and it's all around the country now. Aroldis Chapman, while at the ball game last night, his hotel room was broken into across the river downtown, and a female was found tied up with cloth napkins. Someone had broken into the room, stolen things. Police are investigating. And this one down in the corner, and Heisey's going to let it drop. And Garrett Jones might keep going. Jones all the way to third is safe.
Garrett Jones got the bounce he was looking for as he was coming into second base. He saw the ball get away from Heisey and take off away and back of Heisey, and that made the decision to go to third base. There's a slicing ball down toward the left field corner. Here comes Heisey. And here's the bounce that's going to make the determination right there. Down below the padding, it hit the concrete, and that spun the ball out further and made it possible for him to get that extra 90 feet.
He couldn't have asked for a better bounce. So triple number 1 of the year. Here's Matt Haig trying to get the tying run in. 1 out. Infield is in on the grass. Fly ball to the outfield. Get Jones in. Haig looking for his 4th run batted in and looking to even up this ball game. 1-1. 1-0. That's up high.
And the thing that made the difference, there's padding down to a certain area in those outfield walls, and if it hits the padding, it's going to come back to Heisey, but it hit the concrete underneath, and that jumped it more than the padding wall would have, and that bounced the ball far enough away for Garrett to get to third base.
Haig, little roller down to third. Jones can't go anywhere. Haig is out.
Nice play by Frazier at third base. There's the chop. Frazier comes in, bare hands it, throws on the move. It's top-notch major league play. That ball might have a chance to go foul, but Frazier thinks he can make the play, and he made the right decision. And nowhere for Garrett Jones to go.
We're going to walk Rod Barajas and get to A.J. Burnett.
And that is a no-brainer. A.J. 0 for 9 with 6 strikeouts. Nail this one in.
So it's ball 3. And the Barajas will wait for the 4th wide one. And Burnett, no time like the present for your first hit. Help your own cause out. The 1-out triple by Jones. He stands at third, and now down to first goes Rod Barajas.
And you look at all kind of things in this kind of situation. You look at what a pitcher has done in terms of wild pitches or balks. He's not thrown a wild pitch. He has been called for 1 balk. And you wonder if that's because of his motion that he turns so much. You wonder if he did something in addition to that created that. It could have been a number of things, but all kind of possibilities to score when you've got a man on third base.
Jones at third base. He represents the tying run. 2 outs, bottom of the 2nd. It's outside to A.J.
Now with Cueto missing the first pitch with a fastball, if I was A.J. Burnett, and I'm not in the same financial category, but I would have looked for a fastball right there because he doesn't want to go 2-0. He doesn't want to miss with a breaking ball. So the fastball was coming, and the problem for A.J. was there was a fastball in a good spot.
A.J.'s a career 130 hitter. He does have 3 career home runs, by the way.
Now he's in trouble.
Now 1 and 2.
Now Cueto has the upper hand. He can throw him the breaking ball or go all over the place with the fastball. Chances are it's going to be strikeout number 3 for Johnny Cueto. But let's hope that AJ breaks those odds. Temptation.
AJ looking to drive in a run for the first time since August of '05. That was his last run batted in against the Arizona Diamondbacks. So he's due. 2 on, 2 out. And he'll have new life. Hannigan dropped it.
Get the idea that Johnny Cueto is not going to fool around with a breaking ball here, because he doesn't want to go 3-2 like he didn't want to go 2-0. We guessing fastball? I'm guessing fastball.
Full count. So Barajas will take off with a pitch. And Burnett has worked Cueto full. And if he loses Burnett here, that'll fill the bases up for Jose Tabata.
Plate discipline now. Don't help him out. Force him to throw a strike. Okay.
Another chance.
Like any good hitter, AJ is working the count. Well, there's a good-looking pitch, and that's a good job of AJ spoiling it. You saw Hannigan sitting on the outside corner. He's out there again.
And he walked it. Bases full of buckos.
So you can make him pay now for that intentional walk in front of AJ Burnett. And there, right there, you're lucky, because there's a tendency to swing at bad pitches, borderline bad pitches. But that one was so bad, no temptation.
And the wind is kicked up right now and it's blowing out.
And Hannigan does a good thing here. Cueto has been known to be a little emotional at times. And Hannigan going out and trying to give him a minute to collect himself after that walk to the pitcher that was the last thing that Cueto wanted to do. Well, here we go now, and Tabata, who likes to go to right field, well, if he could find a gap now, he could chase AJ Burnett for a while. And we've dropped about 10 degrees here all of a sudden. All of a sudden, it got windy and brisk.
I know it. Johnny's got to tie his shoe. See if it'll drop a few more degrees.
And we got some debris between home plate and the pitcher's mound. Nobody's paid any attention to it. I guess it's not a big issue. Is that an all-star ballot?
Looks like one.
Or just a letter, and you don't see many people sending letters anymore.
Tabata, ground ball to second. Phillips will take care of it. First ball swinging was Jose, and that kills the Pirate threat. 1-0 Cincinnati after 2. Bucks battle the Kansas City Royals at 1:35, and all kids 14 and younger will receive sunglasses thanks to Peppers. Come early for the #1 Cochran Family Fun Zone on Federal Street. Stay after. Kids get to run the bases thanks to H.K. Anderson Pretzels. For tickets, visit Pirates.com. Cool shades.
Cool shades.
On with Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett, and the Parrot.
Speaking of cool, cool green.
Well, you never know he's around. Kind of conspicuous by his absence. Take a look at our Barrel Automotive League leaders. Coming into tonight, home ERA, A.J. Burnett, 1.27. Just behind Brandon Beachy of Atlanta. James McDonald right behind him. How about that, 128. Gio Gonzalez having a good year with Washington. Zach Greinke with Milwaukee. Barrel.com, definitely worth a click. Johnny Cueto leads off. Number 9 hitter for the Reds. Taking all the way. That's just a bunt for show there. And a bouncer to Walker. Neal handles Cueto quickly, 1 down. Well, Pirates got the bases loaded, Steve, in the bottom of the 2nd inning, and Jose Tabata went up their first ball swinging, grounded out weakly to Brandon Phillips to end that threat, then wasted the triple by Jones. Those are the types of situations the Pirates need to cash in on. I think the key at bat in that inning was Matt Haig with that weak dribbler grounding out to third base when he had a man at third and 1 out. There's a quick ground ball to shortstop Jordy Mercer, nice and easy.
Yeah, you live for those situations when you get a runner at first or at third base, excuse me, with 1 out or no outs. Find a way to get the ball to the outfield, but you got a quality pitcher out there that's trying to prevent that. Made a good pitch, and they made a good play from the third baseman Frazier, barehanded pick up and throw to first base to keep Garrett Jones right there. But they are wasted opportunities.
Drew Stubbs, the center fielder, reached on an error, stole 2 bases in the first, and was stranded at third base.
A.J. Burnett, 8 in a row now, is retired.
0-1 pitch. That's fouled off. 0-2. Stubbs out of the University of Texas, a contemporary of Daniel McCutcheon. Pirates pitchers on the disabled list, who was at the University of Oklahoma at the time. They competed together a lot. And when the Reds had their spring training in Sarasota, McCutcheon and Stubbs shared a house. Stubbs' first major league home run. Who do you think he hit it on?
McCutcheon.
Daniel McCutcheon. McCutcheon's debut September 1st of 2009.
A lot of talent right there in that uniform. A lot of speed, a lot of power. On the other side of the ledger, a lot of strikeouts.
Here's the 1-2. It's low. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
A.J. Burnett last start was able to struggle his way in and out of situations, but qualified for the win and got it with less than his best stuff. That's what veterans do, find a way to win the baseball game. A lot of times it's pretty, on occasion it's not. A win is a win.
Payoff pitch coming from AJ. And a tapper to Mercer. Throws low. Haig's got it. And a 1-2-3 inning for the veteran right-hander.
have the 1-0 lead in the bottom of the third. Jordy Mercer coming up to bat, and joining me now is his mom, Tammy Mercer. Flew in this morning from Oklahoma. What's it been like to see Jordy in his first major league start?
It's fantastic. Our whole family's here. We had his sister flew in from New York, and we flew in from Oklahoma. And matter of fact, they drove in from New York, so they drove 7 hours. But it's been tremendous. This is a beautiful ballpark, and first time we've been here. So he's already got his hit and already has had a ball hit to him. So,
when did you know that the possibility of being a major leaguer was in the future for Jordy?
Well, it's been his dream ever since he was old enough to go out with a plastic bat and a plastic ball and play. So it's been a long road, and we've went through several games, many games, watching this episode happen. So it's tremendous to see his dream finally come true.
Now, he wrote you a letter in elementary school. You got to fill us in on some of those details.
He was in elementary school, and they had to write a letter on what they wanted to be when they grew up, and he had wrote a letter that he wanted to be a Major League Baseball player. And when he got to make big money, he would go back and give money to his hometown that helped him become a baseball player. So I thought, we got it out the other day, and it kind of brought tears to my eyes again, and I asked him about it, and he said, I remember writing it. It's always been what I always wanted to be.
Now, he graduated from Tologa High School, class of 7, guys. There were 7 students in his graduating class. What was it like when Jordy called you to tell you, hey, Mom, I'm going to go play in the big leagues?
Well, we had several there the day of the draft at our house. The day he was drafted by the Pirates, and then when he called us, working through the minor system, and then when he called us the night he got the call up, we were just all in tears. His wife was crying. It's an emotional moment. She got to be here with him and enjoy that time together. She had just gotten out here to be with him, and I said that's a good time because they need to be together when they hear good news like that. So they were both happy, and I think they cried, and then we both cried too. So it was an amazing moment, and we're very happy for him.
Well, enjoy the rest of the night, guys. Back to you guys.
Thank you. It's always a big deal for the families.
Well, I wish I could have graduated in the top 7 of my class.
I know it. Well, let's hope he was in the top 5.
Well, dream come true. You think about playing Major League Baseball or any kind of professional baseball.
Andrew McCutcheon.
All kind of levels.
Takes that pitch. One of my college roommates, Steve, graduated with in a class of 2. And I asked him, what, were you the valedictorian?
You talk about individual attention.
2-1 to McCutcheon now.
I had to write what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I was afraid to write baseball player, so I wrote house painter. I thought I'd get a better grade. I thought they would hold that against me. I think they did. But congratulations to Jordy Mercer. He is a major leaguer.
2-1 pitch. Bounce to the third. Frazier, an easy hop. 2 men out for the Pirates in the 3rd inning. Now, last night against Homer Bailey, too many easy innings. 6 of the 9 innings, the Pirates went down 1-2-3. Made it easy on Homer, frankly, and needed to change that tonight. Got to do something different tonight. Looked that way in the 2nd inning, and Jones had the triple. But Bailey continues his dominance against the Pirates, 6-0 against the Bucks.
These 2 guys, for some reason, Cueto's 11-3, and Bailey's 5-0. It's a tough 1-2 punch.
Pedro lets that one go for ball 1. Why'd you pick house painter?
I don't know.
There are a lot of other things you could have been, you know.
Well, you know, there's a lot of things to. It was, I think, between fireman and house painter.
House painter safer?
Yeah. Except for those darn ladders. It's in the book. It's in the book. Yep. That chapter's in the book. The best one, they asked my son what I did for work, and he handed it a blank paper. And the teacher said, what's that all about? He said, he doesn't work, he plays baseball.
So he couldn't complete the assignment.
Blank piece of paper. Yeah. Failed miserably. I've never forgiven the child.
he's gotten over it.
Telling the teacher I don't have a job.
It's a bouncer over the mound. Phillips makes the play. The Pirates gone in order in the third. We'll head to the fourth. PNC Park. Bucks and Reds. Reds up by a run. As we head to the top of the fourth inning. A nice night at PNC Park. A little more catch up. No, a little more. Just
the raw cuts.
Overflow it.
That's the good taters.
This day in Pirates history brought to you by Day Automotive. May 30th, 1925, the Pirates set a major league record with 8 triples in Game 2 of a doubleheader against the Cardinals. The eventual world champion Pirates would win the game 15-5. Easy to get 15 runs when you get 8 triples.
It's like a track meet.
Pirates need 7 more in this one to tie that record after Jones tripled in the second.
You know, there's a fun kind of a game people play when they discuss what's the most exciting play in baseball. To me, it's a bases loaded triple. I mean, think of all the movement. Umpires, cutoff men, people running around the bases. I mean, that's a grand slam is exciting. That's abrupt. And then everybody starts trotting around. But a bases loaded triple. Think of the movement, all the players involved. I would think I would vote for that one. The most exciting.
Burnett in front of Jay Bruce. 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The line out that Bruce hit to Matt Haig. His first time up in the first inning. I'm wondering if Haig's hand is still smarting from that one.
I was wondering if he's going to stay attached to his wrist.
Strike 3 call. He got him. 3rd strikeout for Burnett.
Range Resources says it's a strike. Inside corner. Not too low. Just right. AJ has turned off the spigot. First 2 men reach base, and then that's been it. 10 in a row retired.
Brandon Phillips had the sacrifice fly that drove in the game's only run.
Yeah, but he was retired, so I'm counting that.
Yeah, I count it.
Yep. That's an out.
Well, the only hit he's given up was the leadoff double to Zach Cozart. That bounced over the wall, over the Root Sports sign, way out in the north side notch. Their 3rd foul. Phillips with a 1 ball, 1 strike count. Phillips, Gold Glover. And always remember when Neil Walker had his first big league at bat in Cincinnati. It was Phillips who robbed him of his first major league hit. He made one of the better plays you're going to see. Walker had pulled one between the hole, or between the first and second baseman in the hole there. And it was very deep in the hole. And
cruel.
Phillips made an unbelievable play to rob Walker of his first big league hit. Go back, take a look. September 1st, 2009.
Well, who's number 19?
He was 19 his first time. Now watch this play. Oh, hello.
Just speared it.
Should have been the first of many, and the Walker family said, "You got to be kidding."
Tough here in the big leagues.
Yeah, he'd take care of it not too far in the future, though. He's had a number of hit sets, so it's all good, all worked out. And the 2-2.
Broken bat.
Let's take a look at our AT&T Mobility trivia question while we have a second here. Jordy Mercer is the fourth player in Pirates history to wear jersey number 69. Who are the other three? Wow, that's a tough one.
That is a tough one.
Have to dig into the guide. Have to dig into the media guide for that.
What's in there?
Who are the other three guys to appear in a game for the Pirates wearing that number? Good question. 2-2 to Phillips. And a bouncing ball to Mercer right on cue. And Jordy handles it for the out. Pretty smooth over there tonight. Getting to the ball. When do the butterflies start going away? Because you got to have nerves your first major league start. When do they start going away?
After the first at bat, after the first play you make in the field. I think you settle down a little bit. Okay, I'm here. With the level you want to get to, and that may take a while. When you convince yourself I'm not overmatched by this major league level, that's when you belong. Say, okay, yeah, I can play here. I'm capable of playing at this level.
Strike two to Heisey. Pedro Alvarez, still a pretty young player. Andrew McCutcheon, still a young guy. A lot of youth out here. These guys hope to grow together. Matt Haig, first year in the big leagues, first 2 games in the big leagues. This one driven to left field at Jose Tabata. He makes a leaping catch. What a play, Jose.
Yeah, that ball is hooking away from Jose. He gets the good extension, the outstretched glove, and the glove does the rest, securing the deal.
Bucco's trying to find the equalizer against the Reds. Fans having a good time out there in right field. The bow tie bar, Budweiser bow tie bar, one of the new additions to the ballpark this year. Walker leads off against Johnny Cueto. Takes ball one. Neal struck out his first time. He's 0 for 1. Lacey Collins and Steve Blass, Tim Neverett with you here at the ballpark. PNC Park, final game of a 9-game homestand.
Out there at the bow tie. Good view, good brew.
Great views out there. Great brews.
There it is. Neat spot.
Section 101. One and 2 to Walker.
Happy birthday wishes to Janetta Teich. I was threatened to within an inch of my life if I mentioned the age, but
really,
happy birthday, Janetta.
Age is just a number, Steve.
It is, and at times a significant number.
2 and 2 to Neal. Neal hitting in the 5th spot tonight, back of Alvarez and before Jones. Walker trying to get something going for the Pirates here in the 4th. Goes to left field. That ball curling away from Heisey, but he's able to track it down for out number 1. We gave you our AT&T Mobility trivia question last half inning. It has to do with Jordy Mercer and his number 69. Four players have done it.
I know 2. I remember Bronson Arroyo wearing it.
Really? Okay, there you go. There's one.
And I remember a catcher, Eric Fryer. I don't know Jeff Schultz.
Last year.
I don't remember Jeff, but it worked.
That's right. It wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
There's Bronson Arroyo now. Probably number 69, just a distant memory for him.
Yep.
While he was with the Buccos. Made his debut in the year 2000.
Florida native. Professional singer. Been recorded.
Garrett Jones takes a strike. When Arroyo was with the Red Sox, put out a CD, and that thing in New England went to the top of the charts.
He was there at the right time, wasn't he? The World Series year.
Oh, 1. Foul tip at the plate. Nothing at 2. I was just asked what charts did they go to the top of. I don't know, but
just as long as you're not on the back rack of the bargain stuff.
Yeah, they sold a lot of them. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 to Garrett.
I remember interviewing Bronson out in Dodger Stadium when we just brought him up. He said, "When you win your first game, where's your first phone call going to go?" He said, "Back to Brooksville, Florida, just above Tampa." I think he was born there. Yeah, he was born in Key West and makes his home in Brooksville up there, right along I-75.
Jones reaches for one and strikes out.
Number 3 for Cueto.
Jones likes the low ball, and he's had success hitting it every now and again.
But they like it low and in. This one's low and away.
Not going to get that one. Nope. That's a chase right there. Ball had some movement on it. Haig looks at strike 1. Matt 0 for 1. He bounced out in the 2nd inning with Jones at third base and 1 out.
We had the big offensive outpouring. Was that on Sunday, day before Memorial Day, in sparse sense?
Well, Sunday and Monday, 21 hits between the 2 games. 11 on Sunday with 10 runs.
And then 4 runs the next day.
4 runs on 10 hits the next day.
Got to get back to some of that.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Matt Haig. 2 down, bases empty. Since the bases were full in the 2nd inning, Cueto's retired 6 straight. Burnett on the other side has retired 12 in a row. And Haig hits this one well to center field, but Stubbs will track it down. And for the second straight inning, the Pirates done in order. 1-0 Reds. We are on to the 5th inning.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Barrel.com. Definitely worth the click. By PNC Bank for the achiever in you. And by Chevy Cruise, which offers EPA estimated 42 mpg highway. Let's go Bucks!
Great view of the Allegheny River from the ballpark.
Yeah, if you're in this neighborhood, no matter where you look, it's good. It's good. Great shot.
Perfect night out there on the deck. Well, 1-0 Cincinnati. Todd Frazier will lead off the top half of the 5th inning. The Reds' third baseman is 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. He takes a strike to start this at bat.
Not particularly happy with that call. You know, hitters aren't really ever happy with a strike being called on them. That's the way hitters are.
I think it works two ways, though. Pitchers don't like it when they don't get the close one or the one they think should be a strike. It might be a ball width or a foot off the plate.
Yeah, but pitchers are nicer people.
Is that right? That's because you only have to deal with them once every 5 days.
And pitchers are pitchers because they couldn't hit.
1-2 to Frazier. There's a pitcher. He's a nice guy.
Yep.
Bob Watt.
Now he's a pitcher that could hit. He just fell a little short of that home runs in consecutive games.
This one to the gap, and over is Tabata, and he will make the play.
Yep. Bob had that home run. I think it was Mattingly and Don Dale Long that had 8 in a row. Bob had 1, just 7 shy.
Yep, just missed it. Just missed it. Well, you're in that category too, right? Now Bob knows he's on, so he's just doing this for show. He's wondering what we're doing talking about him, so he's giving us something to talk about. That's what he does.
And he does it well.
Because when I'm over there on radio and you're showing, the television shows him, he says, what are they talking about? What do you suppose they're talking about? Well, Bob, we're talking about you.
Yeah, but the real problem is when there's a mound conference and we're up here in the booth and we think they're talking about us. That's when you're paranoid.
That's when you are paranoid. Costanzo fouls it off. Did we ever show your belt, by the way?
No.
This Pirate ensemble that Steve has, of course, he's got the new tie. It's his Wednesday tie today.
This is it.
But let's show the belt. Show the belt. We're going to do that in a second here. 1-1.
Was that the Stripper by David Rose?
I don't know, but let's look at the belt. He's got Jolly Rogers all over the belt. Look at that. Look at that.
They can see that. You don't have to touch me. Don't touch me. They can see it. Okay, enough. Let's get back to the ball game.
Hands off.
Fun at the ballpark.
And they bounce it down to Walker. Costanzo's out.
A.J. Burnett is making a statement here. They are going to get no more the way he's pitching since that leadoff double. Now the Pirates won a 1-0 ball game against the Cubs in the series. 1-0 ball games are not easy to win. You just there's just no room for error, no wiggle room, and you just got to run the table. Simple as that. And if the Reds do that, then you tip your cap. But let's hope that that doesn't happen and they can give A.J. Burnett some offensive support. He certainly deserves some.
Catcher Ryan Hannigan takes up and in.
You guys better have a good road trip too, because if that doesn't happen, it's going to be the belt and the tie. I've got a tie to match that.
Now we got to get the jacket though. We should get a black jacket with the Jolly Rogers all over. That'd be nice.
Yeah, and a parrot on my shoulder.
Yeah. Working on it. We're working on it. Which shoulder would you prefer, the right or the left?
I've got to
matter.
Yeah, on the right. That's the strong one.
That's true.
Yeah, have a good looking parrot. How about the pirate parrot?
He's a little big.
He is.
I'm not saying he's overweight or anything. I'm saying he's a little big. 3-0 to Hannigan. He's just big enough where he can't get off the ground anymore.
Yeah, but you know, I've seen him eat. I've seen him throw goats in that cage that he lives in, and it's not pretty. You got that visual?
Yeah, where'd he get the goats?
Well, you got to feed the parrot. Feed him live goats.
And again, it's the 3-1 on the ground to Pedro Alvarez. And he is out. And A.J. Burnett has retired 15 in a row. If you're hitting the road, take the Pirates with you this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv today to see every out-of-market Pirates game live, online, and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit Pirates.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv. It's baseball everywhere. Fans everywhere in the concourse. Seats tonight. Enjoying it. They're checking out MLB.tv right there on the smartphone. I guess the scoreboard too. It's one of the free Shirt Friday shirts from last year, the Tabata one. Fans looking for a run here in a 1-0 ball game in favor of Cincinnati. A.J. Burnett certainly giving the Pirates a great opportunity. Retiring 15 straight. He's given up 1 hit. That was to the first batter of the ball game, Zach Cozart. Since then, nothing.
I think he got around on that ball.
James McDonald thought so too.
Well, they didn't always have that screen in front of the dugouts. It's been a bunch of years they've had it, but for a lot of years they didn't.
That's just foul.
They might have started that down in the Astrodome because those dugouts are so close, so close to the line. It's to be a danger zone.
J-Mac keeping him loose there in the dugout. 0-2 to Barajas, and Johnny Cueto ready to deliver. Here's the pitch. Bat roller to the right side, slowly hit to Brandon Phillips. He'll retire Rod for out number 1 of the Pirate fifth.
Both these starters are cooking. And neither one, you know, when you look at the overview of this whole thing, one team's going to win this game, one team is not, and one team is going to have a great effort that they wasted from their starter, the way this thing is going down the line. That is the jolliest of Rogers.
A.J. Burnett walked last time up, walked the bases full with Barajas in front of him after he was intentionally walked. And Burnett loops one into center field, and he's got his first hit of the year.
Do it all tonight, A.J. Right up out over the plate, just dumps it into short left center field. Gonna look like a line drive in the paper tomorrow.
That snaps an 0 for 26 streak for A.J. Burnett. And it's been a long time for him since he's had a base hit. Keep in mind, last several years in the American League, so not many chances to hit. His last hit came with the Marlins September 24th of 2005.
Let's see if we can get Jose to turn on one. Just turn on one. Start keeping people honest. He's almost entirely committed to going to the opposite field. Not that that's a bad thing. Boy, if he could get a ball down the left field corner, we'd have some fun.
Tabata toward the left side. Cozart retires Burnett at second base on the force out. Tabata safe at first on the fielder's choice.
That's all that was available defensively for the Reds. They get the out that was there for them, and on we go.
Well, Jordy Mercer, third time up. Got his first big league knock back in the first inning. 1 for 2 tonight. Grounded out to Frazier at third. In the third.
Let's see what comes next. Extra base hit or home run? Yeah.
Well, one or the other.
The other would be real nice right now.
Throw to first, and Tabata was picked off, but the ball gets away. And Tabata will stop at second base, and now Mercer up with 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Cueto's got a very good move. He's picked off 3 men this year. Tabata was just about ready to be his 4th victim, but Costanzo couldn't make the play.
Well, he flinched, and the ball was right there. Now, Joey Votto, the regular first baseman, not in the lineup. Not that that's any excuse for Costanzo, but that should have been the 3rd out.
Error charge to Costanzo. Like a catchable ball.
Yeah, it was off the first base bag, which makes it a little different because you got traffic coming back to the bag. But nonetheless, you've got to go out and get the ball even at the risk of getting your hand or glove spiked. The glove's going to give you a degree of protection. Sounds like a deodorant commercial.
It does. 0-2 now to Mercer. Recalled yesterday from AAA Indianapolis. Jamaica Navarro going the other way. Pirates wanting Navarro to play more, just not getting the opportunities here at the big league level to get out there. So they want him to continue to work on his utility skills and play some first base as well as the other positions in AAA. 2 and Mercer down on strikes, and Tabata is stranded at second base. Still a 1-0 ball game here at PNC Park. City Royals come here to PNC Park to battle your Pirates Friday, June 8th at 7:05. It's Free Shirt Friday. All fans receive a Pirates t-shirt. Compliments of Augustine's Pizza. And come early for a block party on Federal Street before the game. Live music, great food, lots of fun. Tickets, visit pirates.com/Free Shirt Friday. Those block parties are fun. As the summer goes on, the crowds certainly will grow. And live local music, a real big part of it. Lots of food, kids love it. On Fridays, make it a plan to get out here early. Johnny Cueto, 0-1. Ends up the bunt, takes a ball in the dirt.
We have a big holiday party out in our neighborhood. We used to call it a 4th of July party. Now we just call it a July party.
Lasts a while, doesn't it?
It does.
Starts in the 3rd, ends in the 5th, probably.
Yeah, in that range. Had our 40th anniversary last year.
Really?
Yep.
How many of them do you remember?
Yep. We get a couple hundred people out there, have a lot of fun, games.
Over the head of Burnett, charging his Walker, quick release, and he gets Cueto. Let's go downstairs now and check in with Lacey Collins.
Tim, Clint Hurdle gave Jordy a little taste last night with an at-bat, but this is his first start, and so today the manager was asked, what do you tell a guy in his major league debut?
I have the same conversation with all the players. Just fear nothing, respect everything. The game's the same. You got another deck. You got more people to talk to. You got a better clubhouse, playing on a better field, but at the end of the day, it's going out and playing the game that he's been playing since he was 6.
When you saw him on the clubhouse yesterday afternoon, guys, everyone was coming up, congratulating him, but there was one teammate in particular, Matt Haig, who nearly tackled him. But you can understand why. They played at Oklahoma State together, were drafted together by the Pirates, and now they're playing infield today at PNC Park together in his Major League first start.
Yeah, that's a great story. College teammates, minor league teammates. Mercer family is here. Getting to watch Jordy for the first time, and Jordy throwing baseballs over to His buddy Matt Haig at first base.
I'll tell you, if Matt Haig is going to get involved, you want to get out of his way. You don't want to get tackled by Matt Haig. No. That's a mismatch. It's a physical mismatch.
0-2 pitch. And this one is ripped foul again. Nice one-hop play by the ball girl.
Pretty casual, too.
That's a routine play.
Let's see, add up their two numbers. What is it, about $135? $134? 65, 69? You know, when they're around a while, those numbers will reduce. Yeah. Yep. Add them up. They're major leaguers.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Cozart wouldn't chase. Cozart's got the only hit off of Burnett. Cozart got the double in the first, scored the run. Drew Stubbs reached on an error, and after that, 16 straight retired by Burnett.
Yeah, I don't want this guy to get on. I don't know if A.J. remembers how to pitch from the stretch.
1-2 delivery. Popped him up. He's backing in the seats. Burnett, as a pitcher in his home ballpark through the course of his career, 68-41 with a 3.60 ERA. Always seems to do very well at home. And this year in 4 starts at PNC Park, 2-0, 127 the earned run average. He's had 7 career starts here, going 3-1 with a 171 earned run average. Bouncer to Mercer. Shortstop charges, throws. And that is 17 down. Straight for A.J. Burnett. Mercer's been busy out there at shortstop. Mercer is having his night tonight. Clint Hurdle wanted to assure the media yesterday, went out of his way to mention it several times, that Mercer is not here to replace Clint Barmes. Barmes was going to be down for a couple of days, today being the second of 2 days. And depending on how Mercer does will depend on how much he plays, but they expect to have Barmes back out there at short on the road trip starting in Milwaukee. And working on some specific things in the swing of Clint Barmes. They put him on the same program that they had Rod Barajas on after the month of April, or tried to get him to find the barrel of bat again, simplify things. It's worked for Barajas, and they're hoping that it'll work for Barmes as well. But again, tonight is Jordy Mercer's night, first major league start.
Well, the off day will provide him with another day of not being involved. Off day tomorrow for the Pirates, travel day.
Three balls, no strikes to Drew Stubbs. Stubbs reached on the error by Pedro Alvarez in the first inning. He stole second and stole third without a throw to either base. Strike.
A.J. has not walked a batter. He went 3-0 on a previous batter very early in the ball game and came back, and now he's attempting to come back from this 3-0 count. But doesn't.
Way outside for ball 4. That ends a string of 17 straight retired by A.J. Burnett, and with 2 outs, the Reds have a base runner.
And you'll have to be aware of Stubbs. He is a base stealer. This is a 1-0 game. There are 2 outs. Many times this is the ideal time to run. Not much happening in the half inning for the Cincinnati Reds at this point. Keep an eye on it.
See what Dusty Baker decides to do with Stubbs here. Jay Bruce at the plate. And a throw by Burnett. Stubbs back easily.
Now, this is the first time that A.J. will have worked from the stretch in quite some time.
Well, since the first.
Yep. Divided attention. He's got to be aware of the runner, then the batter.
Burnett facing Bruce, who leads the Reds and ranks among the National League leaders in home runs with 11, RBIs with 32. 4-game hitting streak for Bruce. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Down to Walker, and he doesn't make the play. Boy, that looked like a play Neal makes. And now runners at first and third with 2 men out.
And he'll be charged with the error. And the only good news out of this is that there are 2 outs. Ball sharply hit. Tries to take it on the side. Doesn't work.
Might have short-armed it here.
Yep. Well, never got to the ball. No problem for Bruce Stubbs to get to third base. Okay, this is the time where every starter wants to pick up his infielder.
Now the Reds threatening 2 on, 2 out for Brandon Phillips. He's 0 for 1. He drove in a run with a sacrifice fly in the first. Rounded out to Jordy Mercer in the 4th inning.
2 errors committed by the Pirates, 1 by the Reds.
Two for 9 in the series for Phillips. The 0-1 from A.J. Burnett. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Phillips, who not too long ago was sitting at the top of the order, settled into the cleanup spot nicely for Dusty Baker's Reds.
Not an earned run in this game so far. The only run unearned in the first inning.
There's a bouncer to Pedro.
Nice
play on the short hop, and he throws him out.
Good play.
Reds strand 2. They're through 5.5 innings. A.J. Burnett still only giving up 1 hit. The Armada has shown up tonight. 1-0. Just 1 hit for the Reds tonight, 3 for the Pirates. Bucks still looking for their first run. Let's take a look at our AGH injury update. Jeff Karstens, 2 rehab starts. He'll have another start tomorrow, expected to go 5 innings or 80 pitches. And Karstens, next start with the Pirates, still up in the air. That's our Allegheny Sports Medicine injury update. Ray Searage got some arms to work with this year. There'll be a logjam of starters once Karstens is ready to come back. McCutcheon takes strike 2.
Yeah, no timetable. Really haven't heard much about a time frame for Jeff.
Visited with Jeff a couple of days ago about it, and he's not really sure. He knows he's pitching tomorrow with Indianapolis, but that's it. That's all he knows. And then he'll rejoin the club in Milwaukee and continue his rehab after he gets his start tomorrow.
Well, we need to get something going here. Time's a wasting. Bottom of the 6th inning. Pirates not on the board.
Here's the 1-2. McCutcheon, a bouncer down to Frazier. McCutch is now 0 for 3. McCutcheon with the best night batting average in the National League. Not getting anything going here tonight. 0 for 3, hitting .390 at night coming into the ball game. There's the Duchess.
It's a good target for Pedro Alvarez right there.
Yep. Hit that moving target. Even a near miss. Shot across the bow. Anything. Ground ball toward the middle. Cozart had him played right there. 2 gone.
Well, you're seeing the kind of momentum and the kind of groove that we saw from Homer Bailey last night now occurring with Johnny Cueto. And A.J. Burnett is pitching extremely well, giving up 1 hit, but he trails in this ball game because Cueto has been a notch better.
I think A.J. just had the rougher start, giving up the double to Cozart. And the error by Alvarez allowed Cozart to move over, and then Phillips got him in from third base with a flyout.
Yeah, A.J. pitching extremely well in spite of a bad hair day.
Pirates had a chance in the 2nd inning. Jones had a 1-out triple. Pirates could not get him in. It's the last legitimate shot they've had to score. Tabata was in scoring position in the 5th inning, but was stuck at second base. That was when Burnett got his base hit. There was a correction on the note on A.J. Burnett's hit. He was 0 for his last 16. His last hit was June 20th of 2009 with Florida. It's good to finally get pitcher hitting. No pitcher wants to be an 0 for, do they?
No. You take much abuse.
3-1 to Walker.
A couple of walks given up by Cueto, 1 intentional as they worked around Rod Barajas when the Pirates had that threat after the 1-out triple by Garrett Jones. Ground out by Haig, and then they walked Barajas. Burnett coached the walk, so we had men on first, second, and third, bases loaded, but then Tabata grounded out.
He walks Neal. The Pirates with a base runner with 2 down. See if Garrett Jones can get something going again.
Think about something dramatic. Think about something hit hard and long.
Jones can get the ball out of here. He went the other way down the left field corner in the 2nd inning. Jones battling for playing time. Legitimately, he is battling to stay in the lineup and battling for at-bats. Josh Harrison had been starting several games in right field with Jones coming off the bench.
He can make a case for himself tonight. He has a triple and struck out. Put another red mark on the card for offense. And well, you hit well, you play more.
Nothing in 1 to Garrett Jones. Must have loved wearing the camos. Nicknamed G.I. Jones.
Everybody liked the camos. What, we went 2-0 with them?
Yeah, they went on sale today. There still might be some available on the website at Pirates.com, all to raise money for Pirates charities. Go on there and check it out. Authenticated camo items that players wore during Memorial Day weekend. 2-1. That was a neat idea. First time Pirates had ever done that. I think the San Diego Padres were the first to do that. Usually do it on Sundays. San Diego, big military community. And there's always a big military presence there on the Sunday games.
Big sections of our armed forces people. Great to see.
Jones fouls it off. 2-2.
Boy, Johnny Cueto just working him outside. didn't get it quite far enough outside that first at bat when he went into the left field corner for the triple. Outside, that bookcase is still out there. Continues to be out there.
Walker off of first, 2 outs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cueto's pitch. Outside, count full, so Walker will run with this next one.
No, that's an advantage. You catch a gap, catch a corner. Might make a difference between stopping at third and heading on into home plate. Early start.
Matt Haig waiting to come to the plate. Sure, Garrett Jones get on here.
Yep, he hit the ball hard last time, but right at Drew Stubbs.
Cueto has his sign from Hannigan. The payoff. To the right side, a base hit. Walker will turn second, head for third. And the Buccos still in business with runners at the corners.
Good at bat for Garrett Jones to put the Pirates in position. Nothing spectacular about it, but this ground ball had eyes. They like that low pitch, but they like it in toward their body. They don't like the low outside pitch as much. Just outside the reach of Brandon Phillips. Action.
Neil knew right away where that ball was. Only one destination at that point. That was third base. So the tying run 90 feet away for the second time in the ball game. And Matt Haig, who couldn't get Jones in the second, has a reprieve here. Ball 1 to Matt Haig. Haig has hit in 5 straight games since his recall from AAA. Strike. Haig might have thought that was downstairs.
Yeah. Thousands of umpires in the stands have a tendency to agree.
That's a strike. Tough location, though.
Yeah, and tough to call it through your water bottle, too.
It is. Sorry, I'll move it. Pitch inside. I got to put it somewhere, Steve.
I know.
The monitor is so big, it's just in the way.
It's easier to see through it now. You've drank most of the water, so we're in good shape.
Two and one.
Big part of the ball game right here because the opportunities have been very few.
Matt Haig to the gap in right center field. This ball is going to bounce up the wall. Walker is in. Here comes Jones. The throw is late. The Pirates lead it 2-1. The hit collector, Matt Haig, has hit in 6 straight. Drives in 2 with 2 outs to give the Pirates their first lead of the ball game.
And the ball game turns upside down after 2 routine outs. The free pass to Neil Walker opened the gate. Base hit by Jones, the routine ground ball, and now Matt Haig catches a flyer that kept running away from Drew Stubbs. Had enough power where this very speedy center fielder couldn't get to it. And the great thing is the bounce kept inside the ballpark. The bounce was kept inside the ballpark. Didn't bounce over the fence.
And Garrett Jones with good speed going from first base all the way around.
Long trip. Here's how it all starts. One of the great things too, Tim, that kind of fly ball, when it hits, it bounces on the warning track or on the grass and bounces straight up. It's not one of those that bounces off the wall and comes directly back. So that gives you an extra step or two because of the way it bounced. Stays in the ballpark, doesn't bounce over the fence. So everything turned out right for the Pirates. 2 outs, the runners going on contact, and the ball hitting and short hopping and going straight up on the bounce instead of coming directly back.
Reds want to pitch to A.J. Burnett again, and they'll walk Rod Barajas to get to him with first base available.
Everything turned out perfectly for the Pirates. That script. Check out the bounce now. We're going to, I think, show you. This ball comes down. Instead of bouncing straight back, it hits on the ground, and then the bounce goes up. So they got to go get it. It doesn't come back to them. That's a little bit of a factor. Here's Garrett Jones, maybe a step or two. The step or two counts. Good stuff. Good shot of that bounce.
2 on and 2 out for A.J. Burnett. And Burnett, first ball swinging, rolls it slowly to Frazier. And Frazier throws him out. But the Pirates get their first lead of the ball game. Matt Haig with a 2-out, 2-run double with Walker at third base and Jones at first. Matt Haig comes through with a clutch hit. Here presents Fan Jam, featuring Boyz II Men live in concert Saturday, June 9th, after the Bucks host the Kansas City Royals at 7:15. See the top-selling R&B group of all time sing their hits like On Bended Knee and End of the Road. It's also an Eaton Park Scratch and Win Saturday. All fans get a scratch card. Good for prizes from Eaton Park. Tickets are going fast. Get yours at Pirates.com. Come out Saturday, June 9th. See the Pirates and Royals. And Iron City Beer presenting Fan Jam, featuring Boyz II Men. A couple of boys there showing some muscle. Pirates showed some muscle in the 6th. Corcus Hernandez in the lineup now. It's a defensive replacement late. He'll be in left field. And then Jose Tabata flip-flopping to right. Garrett Jones out.
All of a sudden, the Pirates have a 1-run lead. It all turned around. Great at bat for Matt Haig.
Now got to hold on to it. Heisey, Frazier, and Costanzo. And don't forget, Dusty Baker still has a weapon on the bench he could use with Joey Votto, who did not start tonight, but he has a left-handed bat off the bench. They get to that point at some point, sooner rather than later. With Cueto's spot coming up relatively soon. 5 more to get down to that spot.
Good fastball still for A.J. 90 miles an hour.
On 1 pitch. Now, what does this do for you as a pitcher? You get the lead in the bottom of the 6th inning. You've been pitching very, very well tonight. You come out in the 7th. How does it affect you?
Well, you got a little bounce in your step. Hey, all of a sudden I got the lead now. Now it's my responsibility. It's not Cueto's responsibility to hold the lead now. It's my responsibility.
He pops this one up down the left field line. Gorkas Hernandez long run, but he'll run out of room.
The thing you don't want to get caught up in it. Okay, I've got the lead now. I've got to be really good. I got to be better than I've been. No, just keep doing what you've been doing, AJ. And he's been around to know that. He's been in these kind of ball games before. And that's why you work very hard to keep it together. So if you get that little taste of offense that the Pirates provided him with, well, now you got something to run with. But this is when starting pitchers really earn their pay. When you have the lead, that's when you have the responsibility. You've been handed the lead. Now you got to run with it.
Base hit to center field. That's the first hit since the first batter of the ball game. Just the second hit given up by A.J. Burnett. Leadoff single in the 7th, and the Reds have the tying run aboard.
Inside, and that's a good piece of hitting by Heisey because he got his hands back in. If he doesn't get his hands in, he's going to hit that ball off the handle, but he got his hands in so the decent part of the bat could get to the ball. The good part of the bat, the bigger part of the bat.
Todd Frazier is 0 for 2, struck out and flied out. Ground ball toward the middle. Mercer flips to Walker for one. Double play.
And Heisey does a job on Neil Walker, but they were able to turn it. And Neil took a shot. But Jordy, I keep saying Jordy had to give him kind of an awkward feed, which made forced Neil to turn a little bit. I'll show you what I mean here. Now up in the back seat, Neil has to turn back toward the outfield part of second base rather than just be straddling in a better angle. And there comes the takeout slide, and Neil takes a shot. That's part of the job. Great play for the Pirates. Couldn't have come at a better time. 6-4-3.
Little tiny crow hop, just barely got out of the way. Ended up on his front side. A nice job there. 2 outs, and here is Costanzo taking ball 1.
Usually you're angled a little bit better when you take that feed from the shortstop, but when the shortstop has to go up and back of second base, you have to turn a little bit. That makes that pivot a little more difficult. Good job, Neil. Good job, Jordy. See, he's up and back of second base, so Neil basically has his back turned to most of this play. Has to get back around, does it, knowing he's going to take that shot.
Saw Heisey sweep his right leg and make contact with the left leg of Walker. That's part of the base runner's responsibility. You've got to make it tough on that middle infielder to complete the throw to first base. Walker's been good. I mean, he's had some contact plays like that and has come out pretty well.
It's going to happen.
Strike 2. A.J. Burnett has 3 strikeouts in the game. Looking for number 4 here. Top of the 7th, 2-1 Pirates. Game 3 of this 3-game set. This is the rubber game. Pirates took game 1. Reds winning last night in a rain-delayed game, and then tonight here the Bucks winning late.
A lot of implications here. First of all, you get back to 500. In this 3-game series, you have gained a notch on the first-place team, so there's a good bit at stake.
Double barrel action in the bullpen. The lefty Tony Watson, the righty Brad Lincoln.
And they're talking about AJ getting up to that 100 pitch mark. He's about 3 or 4 away right now. You're wondering if it's going to be a 7-inning program. He has thrown 95 pitches.
Payoff pitch to Costanzo. And he walked it. That pitch missed badly. And again, the tying run is aboard, this time with 2 outs. And the catcher Ryan Hannigan getting set to dig in. Ray Seards, pitching coach, checking his notes.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about Costanzo running, he has not had any steal attempts. player with a history of a lot of that sort of thing.
.60 strikes though. Out of the 96, not too bad.
And the pinch runner.
Yeah, Miguel Cairo going in for Costanzo.
You don't have to go into the resume of Costanzo to see if he has stolen a lot of bases in his career.
That would be 0.
Cairo has not attempted any this year.
AJ misses outside, 1-0 to Hannigan. Cueto in the on-deck circle, so it's definitely the guy you want to get here. And if Cueto stays in the game, his spot would start the following inning. Again missing outside. It's 3 in a row to that area. Again, Costanzo's a left-handed hitter, but the ball thrown in the same spot was way inside to him. That was ball 4. And then 2 outside to the right-handed hitting Hannigan. And now Barajas has a chat with Burnett. Those 2 combatants have worked with each other in the battery many, many times, especially during their days together in Toronto with the Blue Jays. Two 2-0 to Hannigan. Miguel Cairo, the pinch runner at first, held on by Haig. And a strike.
You don't want people to take this the wrong way, but when you've been around as long as A.J. Burnett has been around, and this is with all due respect to Ray Sears, you are to a certain degree your own pitching coach. You have a pretty good idea. Now, you can look for monitoring, and a pitching coach can be helpful in a lot of different ways, but you have a pretty good idea what's working, what's not working, what you should do to adjust and adapt. And that's just a compliment to Burnett, and take nothing away from Ray Searage or any other pitching coach. But if you have been around as long as he's been, you better be your own pitching coach, or you have missed a lot of stuff going on.
He's got over 2,000 innings logged in the big leagues. 2-2 pitch to the catcher Hannigan. There goes the runner Cairo. This one fouled off. Dusty Baker trying to give Cairo a running start. He's a guy who's won a lot of ball games, not only as a player but as a manager.
And Miguel Cairo has been around a long time, so he's got fresh legs tonight, but he's done a lot of running. He's been around a long time.
Again, the 2-2 pitch from Burnett to Hannigan. And he goes to right field. That is a foul ball. Nice play again by the ball girls. We've got the best fielding ball girls in all of baseball. Good form, flip it out of the glove, check the label, and hand it off.
Primary concern for A.J. Burnett now is not Miguel Cairo. I mean, he's aware of him over there, but he is really locked into this batter.
To left field. Gorkis Hernandez puts it away. It is stretch time. Middle of the 7th. Pirates with a 2-1 lead will take you around and give you the sights and sounds of the 7th inning stretch here at PNC Park.
gonna believe it. When you hear it, when you see it, when you read it. Wins in the money stack, PNC getting back. Ain't no doubt about it that the Bucks are us. Back on the scene, crispy and clean. Loyal fans of other clubs trying to claim a new team. When you see us raising hell around the league, they should probably rename us Devils, just like Wiz Khalifa. Got the nation rocking like.
Bottom of the seventh starts with a foul tip on a bunt attempt by Jose Tabata facing Johnny Cueto. 2-1 Pirates. And hugs for A.J. Burnett from Ron Barajas. The 7 strong innings tonight. 2 hits, 1 run. It was unearned.
Continues his terrific work recently. Now, what do we got here?
Adrian Johnson
just
is
won a new baseball.
Johnny Cueto trading baseballs. Did he go to his mouth? They've added a ball in there. Maybe a balk was called. That may have been the story. Adrian Johnson was not really definitive in letting anybody know about it other than perhaps Johnny Cueto. And we'll bounce it down to third. Frazier. Easy toss to Cairo now at first base for the out. Tabata's 0 for 4. Well, Cairo, who came in to pinch run for Costanzo, takes over at first base.
This 37-year-old veteran, well, you know he's loose. He took off on about 3 different pitches before the final out was recorded.
Yes, sir. Jordy Mercer 1 for 3. Got his first major league hit in the first inning. The Mercer family. Coming in from Oklahoma today. Some from New York.
You can bump that average up 250 points if he gets a base hit. But it's not going to happen.
Not going to happen there if Cueto retires him. 1-3 on the putout. Quickly 2 away in the Pirates' 7th. Just a number to consider when the Pirates are leading after 7 innings, Steve. Their record is 17-0.
I like it.
Bullpen has been terrific. Joel Hanrahan of the back end has been very, very good. Jason Grilli has been
unreal.
Outstanding.
Unreal.
And really warming up in the bullpen now. He'll have the 8th. Pitch to McCutchen. Oh, big cut.
All of a sudden, Johnny Cueto picks it up to 93 miles an hour. Jason Grilli can throw it 93 miles an hour.
And then some. 1-1 to McCutchen. Touch fly very deep to right field in his first at bat. Jay Bruce picked it off the right field wall. He's grounded out twice to Todd Frazier at third base. Long strike, 1-2. Certainly one of the guys people come to see. And he is certainly a specimen athletically. Fun to watch play. 1 ball, 2 strike pitch. 2-2. He does so many things in the outfield. Can do so many things with the bat on the base paths.
Well, you love to see him hit because you love to see him hit. But you also love to see him hit because then you get a chance to see him run.
Right. McCutchen triple is very, very fun to watch. Legitimate all-star candidate for the 2nd year in a row. And he strikes out. Chased one outside and Kutch 0 for 4 tonight. 1-2-3 go the Bucks. Really coming on for the 8th inning. 2-1 Pirates.
Pirates Baseball on Root Sports is brought to you by Jeep. Visit Jeep.com to learn more. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by Levin Furniture. For the best deal on Tempur-Pedic mattresses, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
Our camera crew captures some great moments during Bucko games, and now you can make these moments yours. So check out our new Capture the Moment photo gallery, where you can view and download special Pirate game photos taken by Root Sports. Just visit rootsports.com, and all there. Hey, Mo, what's happening? This guy gets one of those shots.
Changes. McGee takes over at first base for Matt Haig, tonight's offensive hero, and Jason Grilly comes on to work in the 8th inning. Operative numbers for Grilly: 19 innings, 33 strikeouts. That averages out to be about 15 strikeouts, over 15 strikeouts per 9 innings. If you do that sort of math, the math that we need to keep track of right now is the Pirates have a very thin 1-run lead, 2-1.
Ryan Ludwig to hit for Johnny Cueto. Right-handed batter fouls it back to the screen.
So A.J. Burnett, 7 innings, 1 unearned run, a couple of hits, a couple of walks, 3 strikeouts. That ERA continues to be down where you need to see it. That aberration, that 112-run game. Everything else, every other start has been 2 runs or less.
Ryan Ludwig on Monday was having lunch with third baseman Todd Frazier when Frazier saved a man who was choking. Frazier used the Heimlich maneuver, and Ludwig kind of put it in perspective for him after. Said, man, you just saved that guy's life. I mean, Frazier was just doing what he thought was right. But Ludwig kind of drove the point home. Good guys around baseball. Chance to visit with them briefly today. One, two. This one fouled off. Todd Frazier.
The man you're talking about.
Yeah.
Good work. Good deed. Indeed. And now we need good work from Mr. Grilly and then Mr. Hanrahan, unless we can just have a crazy bust out bottom of the 8th inning and score a bunch of runs. That would be nice. That would work. But in the meantime, Mr. Grilly has to keep it airtight.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Ludwig grew up in Las Vegas. Two. This one is hit high to left field, but circling underneath it is Gorkis Hernandez for out number 1.
And so you get on the other side of a guy that has home run power, home run potential, excuse me, Ryan Ludwig. And that's a good thing.
Look at Grilly. He struck out 7 of the last 11 batters he's faced now. Is that any good?
That's impressive. He's got that spring-loaded fastball. That I watch him as he releases the ball, and it just looks like it jumps. It jumps out of his hand. Kind of a smooth kind of a motion. Here's your look from the batter's perspective, and you have to commit early when a guy throws that hard, and that's what can happen. He goes away from the fastball, but you've already started the swing, and you can't stop it. So if the pitch is a bad pitch, sometimes you just kind of look bad because you've been forced to start so early. There's again, and now you stay there and you're thinking fastball. It's tough to hit. It really is tough to hit.
What a great shot, though. I mean, to give you perspective of what that hitter might be looking at.
Yeah, and there's just simply not much time. Oh, shook him off maybe with a slider. Go to the fastball now. Yeah. Back up to 93. When you've got fastball pitchers, power guys that throw at 92, 93, 94, and they can back it up with any kind of breaking ball, it just really doubles down the difficulty for a hitter, because you always have to be aware of the fastball, and it forces you to start your swing early.
Here it comes now.
Get ready at home.
Strike 3.
Yeah. And that's how tough it is to get ready at home or here in the ballpark.
Well, we knew it was coming. You at home knew it was coming. Zach Cozart might not have known it was coming.
You just get locked up. Now you've been conditioned to a couple off-speed pitches, 81 miles an hour, and now sometimes you just can't pull the trigger.
Clint Hurdle was asked about Grilli today prior to the game. Jason pitched for him in 08 in Colorado. He said in 08 he was okay. You know, he was a pretty good pitcher. He was in a much different role, no high leverage roles. Stubbs swings and misses. He said, but this is absolutely the best he has ever seen him pitch.
Well, you know, you see guys moving around. Sometimes you catch a guy at the right time in his career. All of a sudden, he's figured it out. It's working. Whatever the reason, it's working. And the Pirates appear to have caught him at the right time.
Strike 2.
And now you look at a substantial strikeout candidate, and he's in trouble. 0-2. There's 2 quality pitches at play here for Jason Grilli so far tonight, so far in this inning.
0-2 pitch. Breaking ball down.
And you can fool around a couple, maybe even 3 pitches.
Hey, but you get the feeling the way Grilli pitches, he's probably coming after him here, don't you? What do you think?
Well, yeah, but he's not forced to.
No, you're right. Right, exactly. But the way he's been pitching, he's probably coming after him. Didn't do it.
Well, it's not for lack of trying. He was coming after him with that slider to get him to chase a bad slider. It was just too bad. It was actually about 4 bad.
4 bad, yeah.
So will he come back now? You know, Stubbs has got to be looking for the fastball. He knows Grilli's got that ready for him.
Just a spot too. Barajas wanted it outside.
Okay, now we're down to cases. He was out in front, and now it's a full count.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, 2 out. Top of the 8th.
And Stubbs is looking for the fastball. He's got to.
Well, he got the fastball, but it was high.
So it goes from 0-2 to 4-2. Free pass. And that's dangerous because of this batter right here.
So Jay Bruce is 0 for 3 tonight.
You don't want to face Jay Bruce in these situations. Not that you're not capable of getting them. You just would rather do it at a different time, different occasion, in a different situation.
Jason Grilli's faced most everybody on the roster of the Cincinnati Reds, except for Bruce. First time Bruce has come to the plate against Jason Grilli.
Many times you'll see Bruce hitting against a left-hand reliever or a left-hand pitcher, left-hand starter.
There's a strike. Grilli's been getting him out from either side of the plate, so he's the man for the 8th inning. And it's not always going to be that way. He may pitch the 7th, depending on who the batters are. Clint Hurdle will flip him over to the 7th sometime if the meat of the order is coming up. Strike 2 to Bruce. So if you see Grilli pitching the 7th and not the 8th sometime, that's why. It's because of who is coming up. But since Burnett went 7 full, ball handed over to Grilli here in the 8th, and it'll be handed over to Hanrahan in the 9th.
This is kind of power against power, because you know the power that Bruce has, and you know the power in that spring-loaded fastball. It's called a fastball that's quick. Seems like it gets out of the hand so quickly. It's hard to describe. I've been searching for an expression for Grilly's fastball. It's just quick. Let's leave it at that.
Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Jason Grilly guns down Jay Bruce. In the Pirates through the 8th inning with a 1-run lead.
Quick. Very quick.
Our Nissan road ahead. Day off tomorrow, travel day, then 3 in Milwaukee on the weekend. First meeting with the Brewers. Off day Monday, 3 in Cincinnati. Only 3 at home against Kansas City. Then back out on the road, Baltimore and Cleveland. That's our Nissan road ahead as we finish up May and get into June. As the calendar moves along, these guys will be getting busy. That's the coaching staff of the Pittsburgh Panthers football team. See Jim Huber there sitting in the back, the offensive line coach. Paul Chris, the new head coach, just walked in the back. He's sort of to the right behind the glass. And these guys are getting ready for their opener against Youngstown State on the 1st of September over at Heinz Field.
Hail to Pitt. Go get them, Panthers.
Excited about this new staff. Brooks Bollinger, the quarterback's coach, who was one of the Big Ten's best in recent years. Just finished playing professionally, and looking forward to these guys taking over the program. Pedro Alvarez taking over here in the bottom of the 8th inning, facing the left-hander Sean Marshall, former Chicago Cub.
Those 17 innings resulting in 24 strikeouts.
Breaking ball missing.
Love to get just a little bit of insurance here. 2-1 ball game. It's been tight the whole way.
Two and one. And the pitch to Pedro. Pulled hard but foul. Pedro without a hit tonight, 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs and a strikeout.
Yeah, not much hitting tonight. 7 total hits. 2 for them, 5 for us.
Hammer getting loosened up.
Guess who?
2 balls, 2 strikes. Remains that way for Pedro. And looking to connect here against Marshall. Both starters tonight going 7. Cueto giving up 5 hits. Burnett 2. Walker on deck. Cueto giving up 2 runs. Burnett 1, but it was unearned. 2-2 pitch. Outside, count full.
So you got to feel like A.J. Burnett's ERA, it began the night 4.19, is under 4 now and heading south, as you would expect.
And the payoff, all right back in the glove of Marshall. Pedro's 0 for 4. He's got a World Series ring, and he answers your Pirates questions. So don't be shy. Ask Teak. Text the keyword Teak, followed by your question and name to 412-412. Tom Jacoby standing by, waiting to answer your questions. Standing by, signing autographs. I guess he'll sign anything, huh?
Well, you autograph babies. Well, how about that?
He's got the longest name in baseball. It took him forever to sign that baby.
Dr. Jacoby looked like he just delivered a child. Just brought that child into the world. Just making sure everything's all right.
Don't worry, Mom. It'll wash off. Well, there's something you don't see every day.
I'm not quite sure how to describe that. Just autographing the baby.
Yeah. Timing's everything. Well, now he's just doing something on paper. That's boring. Anybody can do that. Not everybody gets asked to autograph. Hey, will you sign my baby?
Yes.
What do you want to bet that's not the first baby he signed?
Yeah.
She's saying, hey, why that baby and not me? Meantime, Neil Walker has a 3-1 count on him. I have a question I'm almost afraid to ask.
Don't then. Don't. That's catching yourself in time.
That's right. I almost asked you the question.
Don't.
But I won't.
Okay.
I'll ask you later. 3-1. And Neil walks. Second time in a row, Walker has been aboard on a base on balls.
And Dusty Baker will go to a right-hander.
So Baker coming out, and he will make the pitching change. Sean Marshall will be lifted. We'll tell you about the Reds reliever when we come back. 2-1 Pirates, bottom of the 8th. Buccos, bottom of the 8th inning. One man out. Logan Andrusek comes on, the right-hander, to take over for the lefty Sean Marshall, who will Pitch to Gorkis Hernandez.
And Cueto on the hook. Johnny Cueto went 7 innings. Pitched very well. A couple of runs he gave up in the bottom of the 6th. He was in control up till then. So 7 innings, a couple of runs on 5 hits. He walked 4, a couple of them intentionally, and struck out 5. Johnny Cueto is on the hook.
And Walker at first base with 1 out. Casey McGee waiting to get up there, but he'll have to wait just a little while longer. Hernandez will hit ahead of him. Hernandez came in as a defensive replacement an inning ago for Garrett Jones. And Tabata went over to Jones' spot in right. Hernandez in left. And this move has been working out for Clint Hurdle since Hernandez started doing this a few days ago. He's having a good time tonight. They'd love to leave here with a smile.
As he put the lid on a nice homestand. But work to be done.
Still work to be done. Should the Pirates come away with it, and it'd be 6-3 on this homestand, including a mid-homestand sweep of the series with the Cubs. But 3 outs to get in the top of the 9th before you get there. Go to first and Walker back.
A lot of good things can happen too. St. Louis getting beat late in the ball game. Atlanta. Well, it's gone back and forth. Atlanta now just up by 1. They've scored 8 runs, but 8-7 late in that ball game.
Here's the pitch. Hernandez takes the ball. It's a real pitcher's duel in Texas tonight between the Mariners and the Rangers. The bottom of the 3rd inning, Seattle has a 16-0 lead. Apparently they went for the 2-point conversion. 3rd inning, 16-0.
Looks like Hasselback is back there slinging the football.
Wow. That's 2 touchdowns and a safety.
Recovered.
Hernandez offered, and that's a strike. Tony Romo didn't throw the first pitch out down there, did he?
You never know with Tony.
Cowboys fans.
They're very sensitive about those things. Yep. Just talk to Trent Jewett, big time Cowboy fan.
That's right, former
Pirate
coach. Now with the Washington Nationals, or first base coach.
Yep.
Well, right now the Buccos have the next couple of months to themselves in terms of the sporting situation in Pittsburgh. And hopefully they can make hay like they did last summer around this time, which is right around when all that stuff started happening, right around this time. All the good stuff. Hernandez to second base. Phillips to Cozart, too late to first. Hernandez runs well. Walker is forced out 4-6, and Hernandez aboard on the fielder's choice. 2 men out, man on, and Casey McGee will come to the plate. McGee contributed with a pinch hit RBI single yesterday. He supplied the Pirates' only run in the 8-0 loss to Cincinnati in Game 2.
And now you would expect that the Reds would pay a good bit of attention to Gorkis Hernandez at first base. I would not be surprised to see him take off for second. Already a decent lead.
And he dives back, gets the right hand on the back.
Keep in mind, you made the point earlier, we still have not seen Joey Votto.
Well, the pitch to McGee eventually on the way from Andrusek. Throw to first, and Hernandez back. Reds take off from here. They go to Houston to complete their road trip. 3 games with the Astros. Again, the Pirates on to Milwaukee, and then Reds and Pirates meet again in 5 days' time.
Must be like the way it is in the National League East. I think the Phillies and Mets play every day.
Pretty much.
Like, find the stretches where the Yankees and Red Sox play all the time.
Well, when they play, they do play all the time because their games last 4.5 hours.
Yeah.
1-0 to McGee. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Yankees and Red Sox taking a break from each other tonight. Boston playing Detroit. They're tied at 4 in the bottom of the 7th. The Yankees will play the Angels later. So here's what's happening in the top of the 9th inning. And their career numbers, they've all had hits against Hanrahan. So Joel will have a chore to get out Phillips, Heisey, and Frazier.
And I haven't heard any particular difficulty or situation about Votto, so I'm assuming he's here and available. So you might not see all 3 of those names.
It is possible. Joel will grab a bat in the 9th. There goes the runner. Hernandez with a pretty good jump, and he is in. Marcus Hernandez with the steal.
That could be large. Well, that would be a huge, huge run if we can get him across home plate.
First major league stolen base.
A decent jump followed by a lot of speed.
Put that quick look back in case McGee hit the ball somewhere. 3-1 now.
And defensively, the Reds have to be pretty honest in the infield, so that allows Gorkas to get a substantial lead. They've got to be very protective of a ground ball that would get through to the outfield. Probably playing the percentages too. Any base hit, no matter where they're playing, is going to score Hernandez with his speed in a 2-out situation. So they're going to play it honest. Nothing really to be gained by holding him close at second base.
Full count to McGee. Jason McGee out of Fresno State. One of the very good baseball programs on the West Coast. Payoff pitch. McGee pops it up. Hannigan retires him. And it is now hammer time as Joel Hanrahan will come on to try to lock this one up for A.J. Burnett. More great shots from the AGH cam tonight, telling part of the story of this ball game. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Pirates with a 2-1 lead, a chance to take the series here if Joel Hanrahan can pick up his 13th save.
Well, there you have those numbers for Joel Hanrahan. But the whole scenario is pretty obvious. Pirates need 3 outs to win a very, very tight, well-played ball game, in spite of the fact they got 3 errors up on the board. But every time you got a 2-1 ball game, you've seen some good defense. You've seen a lot of good pitching. And now we need to see a little bit more.
Pitch to Phillips, first ball swinging, skies it to right center, short, and coming on to make the play is Jose Talbot. 1 swing and 1 down. Pirates have been involved in a lot of these this year, a lot of 1-run games.
Yeah, Joey Votto coming out in the on-deck circle. No surprise to these reporters up here.
Nope, not at all. 13 and 9 in 1-run games this year, 22 of them. This is the 23rd 1-run game.
It's getting to be a lifestyle.
Chris Heisey now. Heisey. Strike 1, foul tip into the mitt of Barajas.
Just a comfortable 96-mile-an-hour fastball.
One. Reds took 2 of 3 from the Bucks the first time in here in early May 4th, 5th, and 6th. Pirates trying to return the favor now.
And then, you know, the big matchup that everybody's going to be starting to think about is Hanrahan versus Votto, but you want him up there with nobody on first base.
Ground ball to third. That's past Pedro and into left field. Heisey's going to turn and try it. Nope, he'll stop. Looked like he had every intention of trying for 2, but slammed on the brakes and threw it into reverse.
Yeah, well, he can afford that ball down left field and toward the left field corner a little bit to make a huge turn, just in case there's any problem defensively for the Pirates. So he sees this. The minute this ball goes by Alvarez, and you can see Pedro playing no double defense right at third base. The big turn, and that's the way you want your players to play right there, because if there's a bobble, he's ready to go. He doesn't have to restart. So here we go.
Joey Votto, .321 batting average. Leads the National League in doubles with 22. He has 29 runs batted in. He takes strike 1.
Well, these are the big-time matchups. These are the big-time matchups.
Votto against Hanrahan 0 for 7. Joel has struck him out 3 times. And the pitch. Missed outside and low. 1-1.
You love to see the ground ball. You don't associate Joey Votto with a lot of ground balls. Left-hand power guy. But he has grounded into 4. Pirates in the outfield deep.
To left field and a base hit. Now it's getting hairy. Pinch hit single for Joey Votto. Heisey at second base. He's the tying run. And the potential go-ahead run at first base. The batter will be Miguel Cairo.
Downstairs and kind of slicing it the opposite way. Joey Votto not committed to try to pull that ball. That probably wouldn't be the best approach on that kind of pitch. Takes his base hit to left field. That's what good hitters do.
First and second, 1 man out. Double play is in order. Let's see what happens here with Miguel Cairo. Cairo 2 for 6 against Hanrahan in his career.
Yep, this is a veteran. He's been around a long time. 37-year-old Miguel Cairo.
97 miles an hour. Cairo hasn't hit very well, has only played in 17 games, this being his 18th. Came in late for Costanzo. Pinch ran for him, so this is his first at bat tonight. One and one to Cairo.
Trying to catch up to 97 miles an hour.
Phillips popped out to left field rather on the first pitch. Right field, I'm sorry. That was right first time. First pitch he saw, and then Heise and Votto the base hits. 1-1 to Miguel Cairo. 1-2. Nine and 6 for Cincinnati in one-run games. 13-9 for the Pirates.
Good work on the part of both teams.
The more you play in these types of games, the more you become accustomed to them. And I would imagine that, the heartbeat slows down a little bit. Not as nervous.
Not for me right now.
Oh, you're working hard.
Got it. Large. Never backed off the fastball. Take a look. Hanrahan versus Cairo. Big time fastball missing. Tough to catch up. Really tough to catch up. And then you don't catch up. That's some serious backyard fastball stuff.
Pirates an out away from taking the series. Ryan Hannigan right now standing in between the Buccos and a win. Heise off of second base. He represents the tying run. To right field. Foul. Oh, what a play. She has been dynamite down there.
Why don't we just count that? That's it.
That should be their final out. Look at this play.
Everybody in this ballpark on their feet, looking for a third out that would really be a significant win for the Pirates.
Nothing and one to Ryan Hannigan. Strike two. Foul tip into the glove of Barajas.
We were talking with Stan before the game about closers and guys that might become closers, and yeah, a lot of candidates and a lot of good arms, a lot of good stuff, but you've got to combine that with this mentality, and Joel Hanrahan has this kind of mentality, whether he succeeds now or not. Joel Hanrahan has the mentality of a closer and the stuff.
No balls, 2 strikes. 1-2 now to Hannigan. 98 miles an hour for Joel.
The stuff, the mentality, and in these situations, I gotta believe there's a good dose of adrenaline running around inside that big body.
There's off first and second, 2 men out. Heise at second. Votto at first. The pitch. 2-2. The drama gets extended.
Time went with the slider. And then we'll want to talk it over. You don't want to have conflicting ideas on this next pitch.
Call the pitch right there, so they both know what's happening. Just a strike away tonight. Hannigan's going to make Hanrahan wait. Strike 3. Ball game's over. Pirates win the series. Hanrahan save number 13. And A.J. Burnett has won 3 in a row. And the Pirates go 6-3 on this homestand. They get back to 500 at 25-25.
Significant win for the Pittsburgh Pirates in so many ways, and we'll talk about it in the post-game show. But this is big. You take 2 out of 3, you get back to 500, and you have made a statement to the Cincinnati Reds. This is large, and they worked very hard for it. A very satisfying win. This is an important W for the Bucs.
Matt Haig with the big hit, the 2-out, 2-run double in the 6th inning. Provided just enough offense tonight for the Pirates to knock off the Central Division leading Reds. The Buccos pick up a game on them. 2-1 the final score. Let's send it over to Rob King and Kent Tekulve in section 103.
Tim and Steve, thanks very much. A very familiar script for the Pirates in winning another one-run game and another great pitching performance. A.J. Burnett